How I told my parents that I was pregnant at 15 years old. This is one of my most viral videos, so I'm gonna do it again. First, we are trying to move out. If you'd like to help, comment more than 6 words, follow, engage from the bottom up. That helps us so much in our process of trying to save up. Me and my boyfriend started dating at 14 years old. That's when we got into a relationship. 4 months later, at 15, we both turned 15, found out that we were pregnant. So the day we told my parents, I was sitting up in my room with Aiden, with my boyfriend, and I called my mom up, and she came in. She started fixing the blinds. Like, she was really happy. I had like 4 tests behind my back. I pulled them out and I was like, Mom, and she looked and she didn't really see them at first, but I was like, hey Mom, like, look. And she saw them and she got so mad. She left the room and we were like, Mom, come here. She came back and was like, you guys are lying. This is not a funny joke. Like, stop joking. This is not funny. And we were like, Mom, we're not joking. She was like, okay, then if you're not joking, get in the car. We're going to CVS. You're going to take a pregnancy test. I had like all different kinds of pregnancy tests already there, but I was like, okay, whatever. Just gonna make her feel better. We'll go to CVS. So me and my boyfriend followed her out of the door to CVS, and we drove the entire way, I think, in silence. It was so awkward. Anyways, we got to CVS. We literally walked in. My mom grabbed Solo cups and a pregnancy test box. We went into the CVS bathroom, and she made me take a test in the CVS bathroom. We were in there for like 45 minutes. Aiden was standing outside the bathroom on his phone, and like people were waiting to go into the bathroom. My mom was just yelling at me. The test showed up very positive. Like, very positive. Went across, very positive. Walked out, got in the car, and my mom pretty much like sat there and yelled at me more. We rode some of the ride in silence, I think, but most of it was just yelling. Got back to my parents' house, and I go into this room, and we have to tell my dad. I've never had a good relationship with my dad. He was an alcoholic when I was growing up. He is now sober, but while I was growing up, we did not have a good relationship. Even when he got sober, it was very hard for me to trust him. But this day, we walk into the room, and it was my parents' room, and I pull out the test from behind my back, and I just start crying. And my dad looks at me, and he was like, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll figure it out. And my mom's a stay-at-home mom. My dad works, so it's like we were most worried about him because he was the one that makes the money, and we knew that we were gonna need help. So yeah, he pretty much said that everything was gonna work out, and he gave me a hug, and he shook my boyfriend's hand. My mom was sitting there like, why are you telling her this? This is not a good thing. Like, my dad didn't act like it was a good thing, but you know what I mean. We had to go tell my boyfriend's parents now. We got in the car, and my boyfriend texted them and was like, are you home? And they were like, yeah. What do you need? And he was like, okay, we're coming over to talk. And they were like, talk about what? And he was like, you'll see when we get there. And they I would freak out too. Anyways, we got here. We walk inside, and my mom was like, show them. And we got the test that we took at CVS, and we put it on the table. And at that point, everyone was crying. No one was really crying on the way there, except probably my mom. But as soon as we put the test on the table, everyone started crying. Like, everyone started crying. It was a mess. We sat there pretty much in silence, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Reliving this day is so weird to me. I don't really remember much of it after this point. Okay, my parents and his parents are sitting at the table. They tell us to go on a walk. Anyways, we get back from the walk, and we give hugs. Everyone gives hugs, and then my parents and his parents decide that we're not going to be together for the rest of the day. We're going to take our time off from each other. From then on, we had a lot of rules, which I can go into another video explaining, but that was that day. Me and my mom had a pretty rocky relationship for a little bit. Me and my mom were always really close. I did not understand that it was also hurting her and not just affecting me, but it ended up being okay. Everyone's perfectly fine now. Everyone loves him. Me and my boyfriend are staying with his parents, so if you'd like to help, engage with this video from the bottom up and comment more than 6 words. But everyone's totally fine now. Everything worked out, and if you are a teen parent, everything will work out. If you are pregnant, everything will work out. I'm not promoting or encouraging teen pregnancy. I would never, ever do that. Hope you guys enjoyed my story. I do share a lot of my story on my account. If you'd like to see more, that's where it is. And if you guys have anything else you'd like to see, just comment and I will post it. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have the best day.